Good evening and thanks for tuning into the Property Show. Over the next 60 minutes, news and developments from across the country and best expert views on your property questions. What have we lined up for you today on the menu? If you've got a crore plus, we'll get you top of the chart list for upper-end homes in Noida, NCR and Mumbai. Smart investment options also in Pune and Bengaluru starting from 50 lakh rupees. So these are the two things which we'll give you right up front. Options of villas and row houses in Gurgaon. If you have a super duper budget, that's also on the cards today. And an infra status report from Chennai. Which are the key infra projects which will transform the city's real estate map? So get geared for a really rocking show. Let's begin though with a quick look at what's making news in real estate and infrastructure from around the country.
The Yamuna Expressway that connects Noida to Agra will finally be thrown open to the public on the 9th of August after it received the Uttar Pradesh government's approval. According to reports, Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav though will not be inaugurating the expressway on location but will do the honours from Lucknow. At 165 kilometres, it is the country's longest 6-lane access control stretch, which will reduce the travel time between Greater Noida and Agra from 4 hours to less than 100 minutes. The Yamuna Expressway Authority has proposed toll rates for four-wheelers at ₹2.10 per kilometre, making it one of the highest in the country. The Prime Minister's office has eased land use rules by allowing public sector companies and public-private partnership projects to use government-owned land. A communication issued by the Prime Minister's office said that the ban on use of government land was leading to long delays in awarding concessions for infrastructure projects, and the PMO hopes that this move will speed up the award of PPP projects from this month onwards significantly. With this relaxation, all cases of transfer of land from ministries to statutory authorities or public sector units would be allowed subject to rules.
Next week we are going to the cabinet.
The Land Acquisition Rehabilitation and Resettlement Bill is likely to be taken up by the Cabinet for consideration in the next fortnight, and the Land Resources Ministry is hopeful that the bill will also be introduced in the Parliament during the monsoon session that starts on the 8th of August. Land Resources Secretary Anita Chaudhary assured the real estate sector that the bill was not against the interests of builders or industry. Meanwhile, the Law Ministry has cleared the draft of the Real Estate Regulation and Development Bill that proposes to regulate the real estate sector. According to reports, the draft bill is likely to come up for cabinet approval soon. Buying a home in Delhi is set to get costlier, with the state government planning to raise circle rates by 20%. According to reports, a 100 square metre property in Category A colony, which will cost a minimum of 2.57 crore rupees, will now attract stamp duty of 15.4 lakh rupees instead of the existing 12.9 lakh rupees, while circle rates for Category B areas may go up from 1.36 lakh rupees to 1.63 lakh rupees. As for Category C areas, circle rates will go up from 1.08 lakh rupees to 1.3 lakh rupees. The Revenue Department has already submitted the proposal, and the Delhi Cabinet is expected to take the final decision soon. In a major relief for builders and residents of Navi Mumbai's old constructions, the Bombay High Court has removed a 2-year stay on changing the user status of these residential properties. Now owners can pay a premium to their municipality to change the user status residential come commercial. The change is allowed for only those buildings that stand on roads that are more than 15 meters wide and are on a plot measuring at least 1,000 square meters. The buildings would be eligible to avail construction rights in the form of floor space index of 1.5 instead of 1 when they go in for redevelopment. The Kolkata Municipal Corporation has made it mandatory for promoters in certain parts of the city to get groundwater tested for arsenic before they can submit building plans. If the test comes positive, KMC will not allow the projects to go ahead. The rule applies to housing projects in EM bypass and added areas such as Damdam, Kausipur, Behala, Jadavpur and parts of Toliganj. It was the discovery of arsenic in hand pumps on Ghulam Muhammad Shah Road and Prince Anwar Shah Road that prompted KMC to take this unprecedented measure. The Tamil Nadu Housing Board is scouting for joint ventures and planning for redevelopment of its housing board units to increase housing supply within Chennai and major towns and cities. The public sector housing provider, which does not have captive land bank, is looking at alternative models to launch projects. The housing board is looking at land pooling and public-private partnerships to gain access to land and to cut down on land acquisition costs and delays. India's largest real estate developer DLF posted an 18% drop in first quarter profit on the back of high financing costs and slowing home sales. Net profits stood at 292 crore rupees compared to 358 crore rupees for the corresponding quarter last year. Net sales also fell by 10% to 2,197 crore rupees compared to 2,447 crore rupees in the year-ago period. The company has sold 1.37 million square feet in the quarter ended June compared to 2.3 million square feet in the corresponding quarter last year. The company in a statement said that through the outsourcing of construction, it hopes to achieve faster execution of projects. Fitch Ratings has given the Indian real estate sector a negative outlook for the second half of 2012. Fitch attributes persistent sluggish demand, high construction costs and liquidity pressures as the reasons behind its rating. Fitch states that in the backdrop of the Reserve Bank of India's caution on interest rates, high EMIs will continue to be a deterrent for potential home buyers. This, along with high property prices and elevated inflation, will keep demand sluggish. Fitch, however, has given a stable outlook to the construction industry.
Alright, so Fitch having a negative outlook on realty, that's not stopping the demand for housing sector anyway.
Well, I would not completely agree with you. I think the residential sector is slowing down a bit, and that's not more to do with the Fitch report, but I think it's got to do with the overall economy. I think it's got to do with the prices having risen up over the last 2.5 years to phenomenal levels, and it's thanks to all the execution delays. So I think these three factors have led to the slowdown, and I don't blame Fitch for coming out with a negative real estate report because of these reasons primarily.
Alright.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.